right, welcome everyone. Today for balance, you may remove your shoes if you'd like. We're going to be working a little bit on our walking coordination training. But before anything, let's go ahead and start with our breathing. Nice diaphragmatic breathing. Let the crown of the head gently rise. Relax the shoulders. And just breathing nice and low. Diaphragmatic breathing. Good posture. All right, take a breath in and slowly out. Good. All right, let's start with a little warm up for the ankles. We're going to shift the weight side to side and lift the toes. And also see if you can just kind of turn the hips. Doesn't have to be a huge rotation, but turn toward the foot that you're lifting. Try to keep the feet pointing forward, even though the hips are turning. We're not rotating, so we're not pivoting the feet. Keeping them forward, just turning the hips. Right, and then we're going to lift the heels, turn away from the foot as you lift the heel. Again, try not to pivot, try to keep your feet pointing forward. All right, and then we'll do both at the same time. All right, so we're going to turn toward the toes and away from the heel. Turn toward the toe, away from the heel, and eventually just kind of do both together. Of course, make sure you have something close to you in case you lose your balance. All right, very good. Let's pick up one foot and circle. And reverse directions. Good. Other foot, circle. And reverse directions. All right, very good. Bring one foot forward, one foot back, rock forward, backward. Getting a nice stretch in the calves. All right, switching legs, forward and backward. Right, widen your stance and shift side to side. If you want, you can reach toward the opposite foot. All right, and back up. Good. Let's circle the hips. And reverse directions. Right, we're gonna do a nice hinge. Back up. Hinge. Right, and then we're going behind the chair, we're gonna do a nice hinge. Up. Okay, and the other side. Nice hinge over single leg. Make sure you're bending over. It's like you're picking something up. All right, very good. And come back up. Lift one arm up, lean to the side, nice lat stretch. And switch sides. Do it again. And again. Good. Roll the shoulders back. Okay, tucking the elbows, open, close. Put the arms up the side, have one hand palm up, the other hand palm down, and we're going to rotate opposite directions. Good, bend the elbows, rotate down, it's internal rotation, back up. And then back, down. Keeping those elbows up, so you're getting a nice rotation at the shoulders. And then up and down. Invisible wall stretch. Right, and relax, roll the shoulders back. Let's do a couple of neck stretches. Looking down, gently rotate the head toward one side, down and around toward the other side. Do it again, down and around, down and around. Bring the head back to the middle, gently tilt to the side, middle and tilt, middle and tilt, middle and tilt. Roll the shoulders back, very nice. All right, and let's bring our arms together, do a nice stirring the pot movement. And reverse. Right, very good. Roll the shoulders back. Let's take a seat. A few quick warm-up items. While we're here, we're going to focus on the pelvis. We're going to tilt forward and back, tilting the pelvis. So try not to bend the back, keep your back stable. Right, then we're going to tilt side to side. Good. And then we're going to do a nice rotation. Rotate. So try not to bend when you rotate. Try to just stay upright. Really focus on turning the pelvis. And you'll know it's turning because the belly button will turn one way and it'll turn the other way. If you're doing like turning and your belly button is more or less facing the same, you're not actually turning the hips. So. Good. All right, very good. And then let's combine that all together. So we're going to hinge forward, kind of turn and slightly lean, but keep your back straight. And then come back and around, turn, come and around. Right, and then let's reverse directions. And back up. Very nice. Okay, let's go right into our strengthening exercise. So we're going to do our double knee lift. So lean back a little bit. You can hang onto your chair if you need to. If you don't, you can bring your hands just over the stomach or somewhere. You could lean all the way back, or you could hold yourself up. The main thing is that you're able to control lifting both legs up and down. And definitely, you know, if you're doing the hard version and you're starting to feel some tension in the back, then ease it up. See if you can do both while hanging on and leaning back. If you're still feeling tension in the back, then feel free to do single leg. But try your best, if you can, to do the double leg to really get that real challenge and difficulty of activating the core. 2 more. Good control. All right. Next, we're going to do our squat or hinge. So let's go ahead and stand up all the way. So you have the option to squat. But if that causes some discomfort or something in the knees, then feel free to do a hinge with the legs straight. All right. Both exercises, whether you're doing a squat or a hinge, when you come up, you should be activating the glutes. All right. So do what feels good for you. Ready? And begin. I'll be demonstrating the squat, but you're welcome to do a hinge. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Very good. Walk behind the chair. Yeah. Good. All right, we'll do our knee raise. So just lifting our knee up and slowly down. 1, getting a hip flexion. 2, 3, keeping the body nice and tall and straight. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Very good. Other side. Ready and go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Very good. Switching sides. Side leg lift. So turn the toes in a little so you're really leading with the side of the foot and the heel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, other side. Turn those toes in. Ready and go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Very good. Switching sides. Hip extension. So going backward. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And the other side. Ready and go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're going to do our heel raise. So come up on the tippy toes and slowly down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then lifting the front of the feet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, then take a seat. All right, so I'm gonna do those all one more time. get a good little progressive overload of those muscles. So we're going to lean back again, do our double knee lift. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Very good. Gently standing up for either our squat or our hinge. I'm going to demonstrate the hinge this time, but you're welcome to do either one. So remember, squat or hinge. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Very good. All right. Standing behind the chair for the knee lift and hip flexion. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other side. Ready and go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Side leg lift. Ready. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other side. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Very good. Hip extension, going backward. Ready? Back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And finally, heel raise. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And toe raise. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right. Take a quick break. You could either sit or stand. Just shake it out. About 30 seconds of a break.
The toe raise, it doesn't come back very far.
Yeah, there's a number of factors.
Evaporation.
That's called dorsiflexion. So, if your calves are a little bit tight, that will limit how high you can lift the toes. There are, various things, but that's why we practice it because, especially if our calves are getting to be too tight, when we're walking, it's really easy to drag your toe, and that's the easiest way to trip, right? It's like a little rock can totally throw you off if you're not picking up the toes. Really easy to drag. So, so making those stronger, right, is important. It doesn't have to be a huge amount, but it is really good. And that's why we do that most classes. All right, let's go ahead and stand up again. And we're gonna, like I said, do our walking balance practice. So we're going to get into a split stance, but one that you, as if you were taking a walk, like as if you're taking a step. All right, so both your feet are pointing forward, and you're just gonna take a nice comfortable step. Nothing major. For most of us, it might be anywhere from like 1.5 to 2.5 feet of your own foot size forward. So, but
Forward.
yeah. But again, do what feels natural. So imagine, like take yourself in a moment. Imagine you're going to start walking. That's kind of where you want to land it. All right. So it shouldn't be too narrow. It shouldn't be too wide. It shouldn't be too long or too short. Right. Whatever your natural stance is. Both feet are pointing forward when we're doing that. Okay. All right. So in this position, let's shift forward and back. Now for this one, try to just keep the arms hanging off to the sides. Now for this initial weight shift here to the front foot, if we were walking, there's not a huge amount of arm sway that goes with it. It's pretty subtle. But the arm that comes forward as you come forward is actually in relation to the foot that's on the ground. Because you're taking weight off of this back leg, and if you're walking, it would continue, right? So that's why we begin, subtle, but we begin to let this arm come forward. We shouldn't be reaching really dramatically here, but just there's a subtle weight shift. Right? And we're going to just progress with the same foot forward. So as we come forward, lift the toes, lift the heel of the back foot. And then as we shift backward, lift the toes of the front foot. So heel, toe, heel, toe. Just a nice, easy weight shift, letting those arms just very gently move with your body, but not too drastically. We're not reaching too far right now. All right, and then adding one extra step, we're going to lift the foot completely off the ground. Set it back down, lift the foot completely off the ground. So heel and then the whole foot, toes and then the whole foot. Try not to sway too much. Try to still stay, like nice and steady and stable. But you'll notice just a little bit more distance is covered from that extra lift. And try to make it as smooth as possible. All right, and then the final step, we're going to keep this front foot in front and keep it rooted on the ground, and we're going to step all the way through. So doing a full step with the back leg, all right? So we're shifting forward, lifting the back heel, picking up that foot, and stepping. And then and notice this hand has come up kind of to balance out. And then going backward, shifting backward, picking up the toes, and then stepping back. Shifting forward, step, shifting backward, step. The goal here is to go slow, control, become aware of the whole movement. Let the arms help you balance it. And make sure we're still staying, both feet parallel, about hip width apart. More forward and then back. All right. And then we're going to switch our feet. So bring the other foot forward, or you can again just take a step naturally wherever that foot rests. And then we're going to do the same thing. So first element, we're going to just shift forward and backward. Nothing too drastic. Begin to get those arms to move. All right, and lifting the heel as you come forward, lifting the toe as you come back. And we're not taking a step yet. We should just be shifting, keeping the same foot in front right now. Okay, and then the next step, we're going to be shifting, lift the heel and then the whole foot, and set it back down. Shift back, lift the toes and then the whole foot, set it down. Good. All right, and then the last one with the back foot here, we're gonna be stepping all the way through. So we shift forward, pick up the heel, step, shift backward, pick up the toes, step back. Forward, step forward, backward, step back. Practicing a nice arm movement, arm swing. Because the arms help create balance when we walk. If you don't swing your arms, especially if they're not swinging contralaterally, it'll really mess up your balance. Or at least make it suboptimal from what it could be. All right, very good. And relax. Nice job. All right, so we're gonna leave it there and just do some stretches. Great work. Behind your chair, just to stretch those calves. So stretching this way, get a nice, will help with your stride length. Switching sides. Right, and then we're gonna focus on the front leg. So we're gonna lift the back heel so you can bend that front knee as far as you can. Getting a nice stretch in the soleus calf muscle, which is at the ankle. All right, and then switch legs. Bending that knee forward, keeping it in line with your foot. Very good, a nice hinge. Good. Right, let's take a seat. Give your knee a gentle hug. Switching legs. Good. Cross one leg over the other. Press the knee down. Hinge forward. Next, switching legs. Good. Let's get a nice hamstring stretch. So bring one leg out, nice and straight. Hinge forward. So getting a nice stretch in your hamstrings and making them more flexible will help with your stride length when you're walking. And a longer stride length is associated with better balance while you walk. Reach for the toes. If you can't quite get there, that's okay. Just go as far as you feel comfortable. All right, switching legs. Nice hinge. Last 15 seconds, reach for your toes. And relax, very good. Okay, sit up nice and tall. Bring the hands on the chair and just kind of lean back gently. Bring the chest up toward the ceiling. Back, very good. Do a gentle twist, look over your shoulder. Wind, look over the other shoulder. One, very good. Sit back in your chair, bring your hands behind the head, lean back. Good. Bring the elbows and hands together, open. Hands out front, open back, palms up. Hands together and down, get a stretch in the wrist. Right, and shake it out. Let's take a nice breath in. Slowly up. And again.
He wants to cry. We're just about through.